And now for a quick disclaimer. The T-Bone in the Morning Show is the opinion of T-Bone and T-Bone only, even if you agree with him. They do not reflect the policies or opinions of the Department of Defense, the United States Navy, or the Armed Forces Network. Thanks for listening.
All right, it's T-Bone is here for T-Bone in the Morning. How you doing, T-Bone?
I got to get you to say it with more emphasis. Right. Come on now. You can do this. You just take a deep breath, pull back from the microphone.
I'm going to stand back a little bit.
Yeah.
T-Bone in the Morning.
Oh, yeah. That's got a good ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like T-Bone and Chick Brew in the morning, but, she took a 2-week hiatus, and she's been gone like 6 months now. I don't know what's going on with my morning show partner. Where's your morning show partner at?
He is also has the Friday off as well. So.
Yeah, so we've got that going for us. We got a lot of people not here today. Yay! Even less listeners. Woohoo! I know the Chief Selects were up early this morning, supposedly PTing, probably not, but there may be a couple of people in the gym this morning. Of course, there are other commands other than EFSTA. I don't know if you guys fall into that this extra day off for breathing. Did you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But not me, but everyone else did.
I'm sure you get recouped somehow.
Eventually.
Yeah. I disagree with this policy so adamantly, and I have for years. It's not anything against any particular leadership. I don't think you should reward people for doing what's expected. Hey, can I have tomorrow off? I came in breathing today. Oh, you breathe today? Yeah, for like the 10,000th day in a row.
I breathe every day. I feel like I should be rewarded for that. Like all right.
Well, life is the reward of breathing every day. I'm just trying to make a point that not getting a DUI is expected behavior, not rewardable behavior.
That was the thing on my last ship. So we were at CVN 77, the George W. Bush. That was like a special. If like we could go 77 days, obviously that DUI. Oh, like a 72 or something. Like they were like a long weekend. Didn't happen. We maybe got to 30, and I feel like that was the longest as the ship as a whole.
Because the incentive wasn't good enough to get people to do what they were supposed to do. So maybe it should have been 77 days.
Get a week off or something.
$77,000. Yeah, and 7 days off.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd hit it every time then. I've seen a lot of people try to do different things to get people to do what they're supposed to do. But I'm going to tell you, I got to read some very interesting information from Secretary Mattis yesterday. Mm-hmm. And if we did what Secretary Mattis is saying what we should be doing to make us a more lethal, more capable force by holding people accountable and enforcing discipline, I think we'll return to the time when people do what they're supposed to do because they fear not doing it. When I joined the military, I didn't like getting up every morning. I didn't like getting up early and being on time. I was, a teenager growing into a young man. I'm sick today. I can't come in. And then, 5 minutes later, I'm at the club. It's just that saying I didn't skip a day of work after I had enlisted. Because I knew there was serious ramifications if I did that. I would get in trouble. I didn't show up late. Well, over a 30-year period, I may have been late once or twice or a couple of dozen times. I don't know.
Overall consistency.
Yeah. And I would always make it up on the back end. But for the most part, I was always on time, mostly early, because it was expected. It was what I was supposed to do. And there was that cloud of disciplinary action that always hung over me, that if I didn't do what I was supposed to do, someone would hold me accountable and I would suffer because of that. And have you read it? Have you read the letter from Secretary Mattis?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's a good read. It's a good read because it's got words in there that I like. I don't, people come out with policy statements and it's filled with adjectives, and I have a very fun exercise where I go in and I just take out all the adjectives to find out what the true meaning of it is.
Yeah.
Here's a fun exercise. Do it with your last eval. Is pull up your last eval,
Sure.
put it in Word, and take out all the adjectives and find out what your chain of command really thought about you that day.
I'll think about that.
Comes to work, does job. Yay!
So obviously, safety is usually a big thing. What are we looking forward to as far as in our next talk break? What do we talk about? Like, what are some of the points you want to hit?
How about how to? I don't know. I mean, we kind of do this thing every week. You stumped me with asking me what I wanted to talk about. Can you see the irony in that? No, of course, we're going to talk about 72 hours, and we're going to talk about making those smart choices and making smart decisions, and we're going to put out some community information because we're going to try to have a little fun while we do the show. Is it anything special going on this week? Oh, there's a golf tournament today. I know because I'm in the golf tournament.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'm not. I can't find my wallet. You shouldn't lose your wallet. That's your safety tip for the week. So you said your brother lost his wallet
yes,
too, right?
he lost his wallet like 2 days into. I was on leave last couple weeks, and he like day 2, he lost it.
Yeah.
He's 17. He doesn't have credit cards or anything.
Yeah,
It's fine.
He's like,
he had a school ID and some
I
money.
lost my school ID that was held in a leather binder. Meanwhile, I'm 50 and I lost mine, and I'm freaking out. Ever since I got back from my vacation, I've been like, maybe I just left it somewhere, and I'm just digging through cubby holes, but trying not to, let anyone else know I'm freaking out over it. So I'm trying to do it like sneaky, like, hey, let me check this area right here. Oh, here she comes.
Yeah, steps. What are you doing now?
No.
Yeah,
There was a bug or something. It was in this area. I wanted to find it and rehome it because I wouldn't want to kill the poor creature. Plus, then you'd need the evidence, so I rehomed it.
So we will be back for T-Bone in the morning. But first, a couple of Seattle alternative bands. We got Nirvana followed by Pearl Jam here.
Yeah, that's a good start to the day. If you ever did the karaoke thing, the easiest way to do Eddie Vedder's voice is just never fully pronounce any word. Uh-huh.
Sounds good. That was Pearl Jam with Better Man.
Yes.
So, T-Bone you were going to tell me a story you thought would be better. I'm hearing it for the first time as well. I asked him how his weekend was, so he felt the need to
They don't need to know this.
Let me take you back.
No. Let's make it seem like it's just happened for the first time.
It's happening for the first time for me.
Well, a little bit. So the question was, what are my plans for this weekend? And I started to regale him with my glorious adventures starting today. But then I remembered I had a really rough last Friday. So I get up at 3:30 in the morning. It's so funny. Sometimes I don't remember what conversations we have on air and what conversations we have off air. This was definitely an on-air thing about not being late. So my body is programmed to wake up at 3:30 every morning. Mm-hmm. I go to bed at taps because I'm a good sailor. I wake up at 3:30 every morning, and 3:30 to the second sometimes. So last Friday, big day planned. I wake up at 3:29:54. 6 seconds ahead of schedule.
Whoa.
No alarm clock. This is just my body waking me up. So I wake up, I look at the watch, I'm like, 6 seconds, huh? Disappointing. And so 3:30 is the important part of this story. So I wake up, I come in, I do T-Bone in the morning with DJ AT. We have a blast. I still haven't got that show. Still haven't got the show.
Yes, we're going to work on that.
Then I go to work. I do a full day of work. I get home. I think my wife took care of me and allowed me not to have to do the evening walk with the dog. I think she took care of that. I think I might have done the dog in the morning. I don't know. It was a very long day. There wasn't no time for naps. Let's just put it that way. So after work and after walking or not walking the dog, my next step was the bullfight in Puerto. One of Juan Jose Padilla's last fights. So we'll go to the bullfight. And that's a couple of hours. I have a great time there with a friend of mine from Naples and some work friends. And then after that, we go out for, it's a little munchy, a little tapa, a little cerveza. And we do that. And so it's been a long day that only is about to get longer because I have no idea where I parked. My friend needs to go back to his hotel. I'm like, come on, man, just go with me to the car and I'll get you to your hotel. And I basically walked him to his hotel and then continued the journey trying to find where I parked my car. I ended up going all the way back to the hospital where I had made the turn and then coming all the way back down. And about 10 miles later, I found my car all on foot while carrying stuff. That was not good. Only to get to the car. Now, my nickname when I'm out drinking with friends is 2 Beer Tony. I have 2 beers. That's it. That's all I need. But this was, again, several hours. This is pregame, the fight, after the fight, so I had more than my traditional 2 beers. And because of that, I pull out the portable breathalyzer that I keep in the vehicle, and I give it a huff and I give it a puff, and it goes beep, 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 beep. A .19. And I'm in my brain, I'm trying to do the math. Somebody slipped me a beer somewhere. I don't even know how that's possible. So I'm a .19, and I just start playing the process through my head. Okay, if I call a cab, because I've got the cool app on the phone.
Yeah.
If I have a cab come pick me up here, then I got to go all the way back to Rhoda. It's going to be money. Then my wife's going to be mad at me. And I'm just playing through all the scenarios. The decision-making process that sometimes causes people to drive drunk.
Yeah.
I came to the resolution, you know what? Let's wait a little bit and let's do another test and see, how I'm pulling down. I know because of my law enforcement training that the body naturally processes 0.02% of ETOH on an hourly basis. So at a .19, I was going to be in that parking lot for 8 hours to get back down to 0. So that wasn't going to work. But cool down at number 1. I've got the AC running. Just cool down, give it some time, do another test, maybe 10 minutes later, and it was a .16. Oh, okay. I'm moving faster than I should be. Maybe it's something in the machine. Let's just keep doing it, testing ourselves every once in a while. So I did my third test. I come in at a .12. Then the next test, I'm at a .08, and there's just time in between these tests, obviously. And then a .06 and .02, and the next thing you know, I'm .0 across the board.
But it didn't take 8 hours.
It did not take 8 hours, but, remember what time I got up the day before?
3:29:54.
Yeah, that's correct. So I finally get to zeros. Now I've got the 30-minute ride back to my house, and I get back to my house, entering the house at 2:30. I don't do 24-hour days anymore.
Yeah.
That's not something I do. I did it maybe when I was 24 is the last time I did a 24-hour day. But that was a 23-hour day. So Saturday of last weekend was a total wash. Did nothing but, just try to recover from that. Hopefully tonight will not be that bad. Important lesson learned. Number 1, if you've been drinking, always make sure you don't drive. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a great example of that.
Yeah.
Have a plan. I had plans. I had backup plans. I had other ways of getting home. Including when in my case, I think would have been worst case scenario. Hey, honey, come get me. I wouldn't. That's not a call I want to make. I would prefer to go with the I fell asleep in the car excuse. So another important thing I learned is pinning your car. Of course, I have the walking computer with me everywhere I go, and I never thought of using that option. But I was parked in a completely unfamiliar area of Puerto I had never been to. Well, maybe, but I don't know. And all I had to do was use the phone to pin my location so that I could have come back on the first try.
I think I've done that too in Rhoda. Like I parked my car in a park. There's no parking in Rhoda, so I went to like a parking lot. All right, and then I sort of know where this thing is 2 blocks away. That's like my mark. All right, I think I go this way. Yeah, but it's like the parking signs on the wall. That's like down the street. Like you can see it if you had to find it. And
you're talking in the old Rhoda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that was.
I think somebody put up parking signs there just to mess with people. Like, parking this way. One-way street.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, it was one-way street. I was like, there's no cars coming. I need to get. This is the only spot. So it would have pull down in, and then I took me longer than I would have liked to find my car after the fact. And it was hot, but yeah, pinning. I've started doing that pinning.
So that's a underground garage.
Yes.
Did the pin work there? Did you have to wait until you got?
I waited till I got up.
Okay. Something I didn't know. That's why I asked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've never pinned before, but I'm going to learn how to pin now. That's what I'm going to do.
So we are actually nearing the top of the hour. We're going to, at the top, we're going to have some AP news and sports, and then we're going to come back to T-Bone in the morning, but kicking up.
T-Bone in the morning!
But finish off this hour, we got Outcast, Hey Ya, here on AFN Rhoda.
1, 2, 3, my baby don't.
All right, we are back, DJ Andres and T-Bone for T-Bone in the Morning.
You got to get it, man. You got to get that excitement. You are such, you're like a classically trained DJ. You know that? You're technically proficient. You do everything right. You just got to get excited because there's nobody listening.
Yeah.
It's just my phone, normally I got 40 or 50 messages. I got one message this show, and it was about the last song. Not Fight for the Right to Party, the one before that.
Area codes.
Yes, and different probes. Probes.
In different area codes. How they keep track of you. They're watching. So it's a song about the government, just keeping a watchful eye.
Yes.
That's all that's
Take
about.
away everyone's security clearance, that's all. So Admiral McRaven, he is now a citizen, a private citizen, and he says, take my clearance too. I don't know why anyone who's not an employee of the government has a clearance. What circle of friends do you have? Like, it's okay, you can tell me about it. I got a clearance, but you don't work for the government. What does it matter?
I know. Yes, because why? If you're not doing your job that requires you to have the clearance,
you shouldn't have one.
You didn't have an. I get for transitional purposes, you turn over the job. Maybe you have it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, total all fair points. It's like setting a precedent. However, again, it's hypothetically, if the Democratic representatives will win presidency next term in 2020, and they start doing it, and then we're getting complaints from the other side, like, how could you do this? This isn't fair. But it's
if you again, and it goes back to the core of treating everyone equally. And when you single somebody out, it kind of looks different. It's got a different optic to it.
Very vocal about it.
Yeah,
too.
but if you just he does. But if you just went out and said hey, everybody, if you no longer work for the government, you no longer have a clearance. And if you know what, if you need a clearance, then maybe we should do another investigation on you, because we don't know. What about that guy who's a government employee, and then he's not a government employee, he's working in the civilian sector for 10, 15 years with a security clearance, and then he comes back in and he doesn't get a reinvestigation? Of course, 10 years would be too much. 8 or 9 years, and it doesn't come back in without. Now, I believe, as a solution to the ongoing hyperbole, I just believe everyone who does not work for the government does not need a security clearance. That's what
fair.
I believe.
That's fair.
Yes.
I
Admiral
definitely
McRaven
buy
will
that.
forever be known as the make your bed seal admiral. You ever seen? You
No,
never
no,
seen
no,
that?
I don't-
Oh, most important thing you can do every day is make your bed. That's an Admiral McRaven speech. And it's a good speech.
I didn't make my bed this morning.
It's to a bunch of college kids, and it's a good speech, but he will forever be known as the Navy SEAL that makes his bed every morning. So, what do we have coming up that's not that?
Should.
So, I'm concerned. I think we're giving away too many national days.
15th was National Relaxation Day. Or Meditation Day. I think Relaxation Day was
How did I miss that? That wasn't on anything.
I know.
So
It was like
That's a-
very small blurb in the Vamos. Like, hey, we're doing a meditation class. It's National Relaxation
it's
Day.
National Relaxation
It's
Day.
National Thrift Shop Week. That concludes
Is
this
it
week.
this? No, this has to come to a stop. When you have National S'mores Day,
Oh, yeah, that was on
something
Monday.
is wrong. So on the 24th of August, your local USO and my friend John and his team, they have National Waffle Day. They're doing. I hiccuped on air. I can't believe I did that. National Hiccup on Air Day. That's tomorrow. So yeah, National Waffle Day on the 24th of August. Then they got National Cheese Pizza Day on the 5th of September.
It's so boring. It's as boring as a cheese pizza.
Yeah, I mean, what was the day before? National No Cheese Pizza. Next day, National Pizza with pepperoni.
Just dough day.
Yeah. Oh, dough day.
Sauce
yeah.
day, and
National dough. It's out of control. It's not right. Come up with some good ones. Come up with some new ones, like I don't know, National Chinese Food Day. That'd be a good one. I like Chinese food.
I do like Chinese food.
Yeah, and then it could be followed by like National Mongolian Barbecue Day. which
There is a Mongolian barbecue
which
day
ties
coming up.
into the August 20th Mongolian barbecue that's going on at the Galley. I'm having fun making fun of national days and plugging valuable information at the same time. Not everybody can do this. It takes a professional. How about National Motorcycle Day? Huh? Everybody just take a
Maybe.
day off.
I know Harley's in the hot seat right now, so for potentially taking their factories to Europe here.
Watch me
so
put a line through motorcycle and write the word scooter.
Scooters are big here. So maybe it's a Spain national holiday for scooters, and
Yeah.
we just happen to celebrate it.
Does Spain, is America the only country that's doing this, naming everything national stuff? And who's in charge? Who's in charge of this? I want to talk to the person in charge of naming national
Maybe it's
things.
to make up, because obviously Europe, especially Spain, has a lot of what some might think of are like obscure religious holidays that maybe not everybody knows. Like we're just making up like, oh, we don't really do that in the United States, so we're gonna.
How
That's
would you
Waffle
explain?
Day.
Yeah,
That's the equivalent of Saint So and So Waffle Day.
The 24th of August is Waffle Day at your local USO. How you celebrate it, I don't care. I'm just saying that your USO is going to be providing waffles, plain cheese pizza on the 5th of September, and pancakes on the 26th. It seems to be a lot of food-based national things.
Yeah, there's not like run a marathon.
Yeah.
Run a triathlon marathon. Do 100 push-ups.
Yes, National 10K Day. Everyone run a 10K. That's good. I like that. National Don't Drink Day.
National Eat a Salad.
Next day, National Drink Day. I mean, well, that's St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Covered. Okay, that one's good. What about National Tony Day?
National Tony for all the Tonys.
Yeah. I mean, we could do one for all the Johns and Ashleys and Felicias. We got enough names out there, but out of the 365 days, if you don't get one of those name days, you don't get a party. So you name your kid something crazy, like it's my little boy AstroTurf. You know, well, AstroTurf doesn't get a national name day, and if he does, it's at the cost of somebody else's names, and all the Johns will rise up to say no to AstroTurf.
Absolutely.
This is where we're going in America.
Yeah. So.
And then, are the people in charge of the national days the same people in charge of the national weeks? Because I don't feel like they're talking to one another. I feel like there's some missed signals.
Yeah, I have to imagine they're different people.
National Handcuff Day doesn't go with like National Lingerie Week.
Maybe it does. There's also like a law enforcement convention that same week. Maybe that's just what it is.
Well, that's Law Enforcement Month, of course. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So that's
And then
it's all in the same.
Yeah, it's
month.
all crazy. It's just people making things up. Well, I can make things up too. Let's do this. Let's make up more stuff. It's a Friday morning. It's T-Bone in the morning. We're in the studio. You're not listening. So maybe on the internet show. So if you're listening to the internet show, remember the phone number, 727-1025. Don't call it. Nobody's going to be there. You'll get the answer machine. And no one leaves messages on answer machines anymore. You notice that's a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an answering machine
yeah.
in my office in English and in Spanish, all done by me. Not bad Spanish, by the way. And yeah, it is like 72 missed calls, 0 messages. Really? You couldn't say, hey, Tony, it's me.
It's
I called.
AstroTurf.
It's call back. Yes. Hey, who do you got for 7:30 stand-up today?
Ooh, hopefully it loads, but I got Dimitri Martin and,
love Dimitri.
and Jeff Foxworthy, 2 very similar comedians.
They are not similar at all. Dimitri is a genius, and Foxworthy.
I do like, I like his very just off the he'll say just saying a random thing.
He's
like
very good.
His delivery is very good.
He's very good. And, so, Foxworthy mastered delivery. I mean, that rhythm and cadence. I can't wait for 7:30 stand-up to hear what you got for me today.
But first, we got some music.
Music,
Kind of going different direction from the 90s hip-hop alternative to some 80s techno synth. Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus here in iPhone Rhoda.
No.
Reach out, touch faith.
New order with Blue Monday at 7:28. Time for your weather update on Friday, August 17th. Right now in Rhoda, it is 64 degrees. The sun has not quite risen yet. They're starting to see a little bit of light, but it should rise up. It's going to be a high of 82 today for a pretty sunny, pleasant day. It'll drop to 69 tonight, and then it's back up to 90 tomorrow. It's going to be pretty hot. Right now in Marone, it is currently 70 degrees and a little cloudy. It should stay cloudy for pretty much the whole day, but the temperature is going to jump up to 88 today. It'll drop to 70 tonight, and then back up to 85. Tomorrow should be sunny, but expect some showers there. The current exchange rate is €1 is equal to $1.14. We're nearing the end of our time for another segment of T-Bone in the Morning with my guest T-Bone.
T-Bone is your guest.
Yes.
No, it's T-Bone in the Morning Show. You're my guest DJ.
I am the guest on the T-Bone's Hour.
I am more consistent in this position than any of the DJs sitting in that chair.
That's true.
Yes.
That's a fact. But as always, we do conclude T-Bone in the Morning with our 7:30 stand-up. And as I said earlier, we got, I believe it's Jeff Foxworthy first, followed by Dimitri Martin.
And for the one person that's listening, I really hope you enjoy that. I enjoy the 7:30 stand-up, and it's funny because years ago they would do the 7:30 stand-up and they wouldn't tell people who it was.
That's weird.
And I was like, yeah, it would be helpful to the comedian if you were nice enough to share their name. So as we get ready to close out this episode of T-Bone in the Morning, also available online, right? Eventually.
It will be.
Let me just remind you all once again to, be smart out there. Do the right things. Take care of yourselves. Wear your reflective gear during the hours of darkness. If you're going to drink, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. Don't drink and drive because it could kill you. It could kill your career, or it could kill somebody else. Have fun, enjoy life every day because you only got so many days left. If you were a great person yesterday, be an even better person tomorrow. And with that said, I love you.
All right. 7:30 stand-up.
It's your 7:30 stand-up.
I'll give you an idea what kind of family mine is.
Seem the craziest of all the animals from their perspective when they look at our behavior. You know what I mean? Because we show up places we don't belong. I don't feel like any other animal really does that, but we do that, like scuba diving. I'm sure fish swim by and they're like, what are you doing here? Look at yourself. And we're like, those are not your feet. Get the hell out of here. Come on. You've got all the land, really? I mean, skydiving? I'm sure birds are like, that one's gonna die. Did you just see that? Wow, that was dumb. I mean, bird watching, that's gotta be creepy for birds. I mean, what are we doing? These birds are just hanging out. We ignore them most of the time. Suddenly some fat couple from Ohio is just obsessed with the bird. Bird's like, what? Some people own birds. That's a power move, I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? Like, hey, there's something that can fly. I'm gonna change that.
Do not